Make sure to subscribe to Apillow on YouTube. Very cool content creator.
Who painted the Mona Lisa? Da Vinci? The Da Vinki twins, the Voros twins, are kind friends from the land of Canada. You might be saying to yourself, "Hello, why are you talking about the Da Vinci today?" And it's because I just want to highlight them. The Da Vinci twins are massive. Absolutely massive. They got big off of one joke. One joke. They've done it with consistency. Their entire shtick is acting like absolute dunces. Absolute idiots. Their jokes largely come down to that persona. Ironic humor, anti-jokes. And I love them. I think they're great. I think their content is hilarious. And you may be saying, "Pillow, how does this tie into politics?" Well, I'll tell you why. You see, the Da Vinci twins are actually pretty progressive, actually. As you can see, I have a little post here called The Touchy. Men touch here, women touch here, so you touch here. Looks nice, have a great day at the bottom. So wholesome. Go over here. I'm gonna go over here for some of our lady friends you may be watching. Have a great day. That's sweet. But what about the non-binary people? We're never gonna leave them out, because they're cool. You touch here. Have a great day. I think this proves something that a lot of conservatives don't seem to get. They say the left is too sensitive to be funny. The left, they don't get jokes. They don't get jokes. I'll open my DMs after this. They don't get jokes. They don't understand the jokes. It's sad, you know? They can't make good jokes. The left can't laugh. Meanwhile, you have some people. Two brothers who are progressive. Progressive. Let's watch this one.
Boys. Kiss each other and pretend to be the island boys. No. Kiss each other and pretend to be the island.
Actually, I hadn't seen that one. No. But, that was a good one. That one got me. But they're great! And people love them, And I think it speaks to a deeper thing about comedy. It's that people like funny comedy, and they are fairly funny. They have very good understanding of comedic timing. They have a persona that they put on. Again, that whole kind of walking, acting in unison, kind of acting a little bit dolty, like kind of idiotic. And like they aren't, if you've ever watched an interview of them, like when they're out of character, they're like normal people. But they play into that well, and they're also funny with it. They're funny and they're nice. And they fit, I would say they fit kinda into like the himbo archetype, But genuinely. To me, there are so many people who consider themselves comedians, who are hack comics, because all of their jokes boil down to punching down at people who can't defend themselves, To me, my favorite comedian of all time, and this is because I actually get his fucking jokes, and he was a very clever person, but my favorite comedian of all time is George Carlin. George Carlin was extremely progressive. If you look at anything he talked about, he was against cutting social programs. He was against anti-abortion activists. He was pretty pro-gay for his time. Argued in favor of inclusivity in media. George Carlin, in all of his jokes, and all of his offensive jokes, not one of them came down disparaging a minority group. And people largely agree that he is one of, if not the best comedian who have ever lived. Comedy is not simply pointing at a racial group, a minority group, at women, and laughing at them. Well, what's funny about that? Ha! Women! Am I right? Like, there's only so many times that you can tell that joke, you know? It's like the one joke thing. Conservatives only have one joke. It's because they largely do. Okay? The fact of the matter is, to be able to make observational jokes, you have to actually truly understand the systems that exist around us as they do. Okay? You want to make jokes about a politician, you could say, ha ha, Joe Biden is demented all day, but like, that gets kind of old after a while. I can think up plenty of Trump jokes that are not related to what is the thing that conservatives always say, like the orange man bad thing? I can do plenty of Trump jokes that are not related. Because looking at the guy, he's a funny figure. There's a lot of irony around him. He had a fucking golden toilet and now he's in prison. Well, not in prison, but he's facing legal troubles. You know, his empire might collapse in front of him, like for fraud. That's observationally hilarious. It's like, he was sitting on top of a fucking golden toilet. That was his business empire. You can, like, that's not necessarily the most funny thing, but like, I could find a way to spin that into a joke. If I wanted to. Like, that's an observation of what's going on in the system, and I can make that into a joke. Conservatives, they look at Joe Biden, they're like, he has a stutter, so that must mean he has dementia. Laugh at him. Have any other jokes? Any other? No? Okay. Yeah, he's the only one who ever made funny rape jokes. Yeah, because they were always at the expense of the person doing the fucking rape. That's the thing about it. George Carlin, every time he told a joke like that, he would make sure that he would be making fun of the perpetrator, the person doing the horrific act, not the person that's experiencing it, or making fun of the act itself. He was bringing down people who had too much power down a peg. Which is what comedy should do. Okay? Yeah? George Carlin could never happen today? Yeah, because idiots would call him woke. Exactly. Exactly. George Carlin would be considered woke in this day and age. Yeah? Look. If you want to be a comedian out there, take people like George Carlin to prove you don't have to be conservative to be super raunchy. You can actually be very progressive, especially for your time, to be raunchy. As a matter of fact, it was George Carlin's progressiveness that led to his raunchiness. He was a comedian in the 1950s and the 1960s when people were more uptight. He was fucking sick of having to go to uptight comedy clubs, so he decided, fuck it. I'm gonna grow out my hair, I'm gonna grow out my beard, I'm gonna be less fucking presentable, and I'm just gonna say what's on my fucking mind. Listen, I don't care. It was his battle against conservative values that led to the person that we know today, and he helped pave the way for the way that modern standards work. Okay? Listen, comedy, good comedy, progressive. Keep that in mind. Always has been, always will be. You know? But you know what isn't funny? The way the channel has been growing recently. 300 subscribers? No, not 300. 500 subscribers. In the past month. Insanity. And I appreciate it, and if you're a new person here, if you want to contribute to our growing numbers, absolutely growing, it looks like we're going to blaze past 5K by the end of the year, you can subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. I would really you do. Also hit the bell icon so that you know whenever one of these videos goes up. You can also follow me on Twitter, links down below, and join the Discord so that you know whenever I do one of these segments live on YouTube, so that you can watch me and interact with me live if you want to do that, and other things of that nature, regardless. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Gotta hit the stop recording